Hello, everybody. I'm Dan Manarino, and this is a special edition of PIX11 Politics, all about the World Cup. Yes, New York and New Jersey, abuzz with excitement for the soccer matches that are coming. Players and fans coming from all around the world. However, the road to the tournament, not the smoothest, from concerns over a lack of a tourist boom, unaffordable game tickets, and then, of course, the transit options to who really is hosting this tournament. That's a big one. That one's still under dispute. Hosting duties have been an ongoing headache for our local elected leaders. That's especially true in the state where the games will actually be played, New Jersey. Since getting into office just a few months ago, Governor Mikie Sherrill has been having to lead the way on preps from East Rutherford down to the state's southern border with Philadelphia. And I got a chance to talk to her on how she is getting ready. Even got to check out her skills. Take a look. Governor, thank you for doing the FIFA World Cup special. Let me begin with what this means to have the World Cup in New Jersey.
It is amazing. So first of all, welcome to my hometown. I've been to many soccer games here at Brickdale Park for my kids. But what I'm really excited about going forward is welcoming the world to New Jersey as they watch the World Cup finals, which we are hosting. Also a bunch of the run-up games. We have a bunch of teams who will be right here as their headquarters: Brazil, Morocco, Senegal, Haiti. So everybody up and down the state is going to get to take part in this incredibly exciting event.
How many people are you expecting to welcome into New Jersey?
Hundreds of thousands of people. This is the biggest sporting event in the world. We have never moved this many people in and out of the Meadowlands ever. That's why we have some great people on transportation. My new commissioner of transportation, Priya Jain, has worked all over the world. She is totally preparing for this, and we know Chris Calori, who's long been in transportation here, he is now in charge of not just New Jersey Transit, but also the Turnpike Authority. We brought them together so we can move people quickly, safely, and get them to the world's biggest game.
So let's talk about transportation, hotels, infrastructure, roads. Can handle all of this at once?
We are preparing to do just that. This will be billions of dollars of economic impact in the region. That's why I've also put together a grant program throughout the state so we can have fan zones up and down the state. Businesses can welcome people in and make some money as we go forward. Yeah,
you mentioned the $5 million kind of plan to help so many people have these fan zones. Is that in the towns around MetLife? Who gets that money, and how is it going to be kind of sparsed out?
It's really up and down the state because as much as we are hosting the finals, we also know Philly has a couple of games. So there's going to be economic impact from the southern tip of New Jersey to the northern tip of New Jersey, and we are going to take full advantage of that. And part of that is this program that we're putting out so these fan zones can take place. It is also going to help. We are the most diverse state in the nation, just with representation from everywhere across the world. People are going to be cheering on first the United States team, but then we're also going to see other wonderful teams competing in other communities who have long ties there. And we're going to make sure that they have the resources to bring everyone together in the Ironbound, for example, for Portugal, for Brazil, and those great games. And then businesses, too, are going to be able to take part in this.
Yeah. How much money do you expect the state to make? Do you have an estimate?
Like I said, it's billions of dollars of economic impact, not just on the state itself, and we are working on advertising dollars and stuff at different train stations and elsewhere to bring money into the state coffers. It's also going to have huge economic impacts on small businesses, on restaurants and bars and sales at small shops, sporting goods stores. And then we're also going to see hotels and people across the state who are going to be able to take advantage of renting out different places that they have. So we are going to see over $1 billion in economic impact throughout the region.
Governor, let's talk about the ticket prices, okay? Because that is not in your control, but they're a lot of money. Is there anything that we can do to bring these prices down so that New Jersey people can afford to go?
You know, I would love to see that, and I've mentioned that to the FIFA organizers to look at, are there some options to allow maybe a raffle to get people into the game? But because, as you said, that is not as under my control as I would like, we are also acting to make sure everyone can have that great experience, coming together with other fans in bars and stadiums and street fairs, etc., so that they can really cheer on their team with other fans and have that wonderful World Cup experience.
Now, Governor, when you look at the sign for the FIFA World Cup, it says New York, New Jersey. So New Jersey's underneath New York. I mean, did you fight for the higher placement?
We are in fights for the higher placement right now because that's bugging me as well.
Yeah.
And it bugs me every time I go into Newark Airport.
Right.
At a minimum here in the Garden State, we should get top billing, especially because this, I know there have been some people suggesting otherwise, but we all know that the final is taking place in New Jersey.
That's right. And so for folks who are coming here from so many different places around the world, what is an only in New Jersey experience that you would urge someone to maybe go partake in while they're here?
Well, as you know, it's not just the World Cup that we have coming. It is the 250th anniversary of our nation. And I can tell you, George Washington spent more time in New Jersey. Some of the most seminal battles in the fight for our freedom took place here in New Jersey. And I would say that we have so many opportunities to show off how this nation began. And I think that would be something that a lot of World Cup visitors would like to see as well.
Okay, and again, because we're welcoming so many people, what is one item of food in New Jersey that you would urge someone to eat, and should it be served at MetLife?
Oh gosh, that is such a tough one because you can't even imagine the number of foods that I love here in New Jersey. I would say we have the best eggplant parm.
Yeah.
We have the best pizza. We have the best Indian food in
New York's going
America.
to argue they have the best pizza.
Well, New York would be wrong. So come try the New Jersey pizza, and you'll see we have the best tomatoes. How could we not have the best pizza? And then we also have so many other exciting dishes, like I said, like the best Indian food, the best Korean food in America. I mean, we have so much here to offer that whatever you like, you can find here. I would suggest at a minimum at MetLife Stadium, they should have some Taylor ham, egg and cheese on a roll.
Okay. While the games are going on and those key dates that you mentioned, right, for those games, should businesses close or allow people to skip work, school, to watch the game at a local business? Are you urging people to kind of allow people a little bit of a time off during that time?
I would love to see people able to work from home on some of these key games. We are working very hard to minimize the impact to commuters, but some of these games, as I said, we are moving more people than we've ever moved before, will impact people, and we're going to put out all the information you need to make good choices on your commute, and we will try to minimize that impact. But certainly, I hope there's a lot of employers who are soccer fans out there that are going to go easy on people as we host these games.
How confident are you if you were to shoot against a pro goalkeeper that you would score?
I'm not going to comment on that. I want people to know that I have some athletic prowess, but that one's a high bar.
Now, if Mamdani was the goalkeeper, how confident
you had to get a Mamdani comment. You had to.
Would you be confident you could score? I mean, he's like a soccer guy.
Is he a goalkeeper soccer guy? Is he like a striker?
Yeah, I don't know. I'll have to find out. I'm talking to him next week. Okay, you ready?
I don't know about me, but I know my daughter could score.
Ooh, okay, very good. All right, we're going to put our skills to the test.
Okay.
You ready?
All right.
That was a tough game. Just a tough opponent. Got you an orange, though.
This is what we did in the 80s.
Right?
I love it.
I didn't slice him up. Two things. Great job. Where is the World Cup?
The World Cup Finals, the biggest game, the biggest world stage event, is being played in New Jersey.
Okay, who's coming?
Everybody's coming. We're going to do events up and down the state, but I also have to say we really have our fingers crossed for the Aronson brothers, for Turner, for Cardoza. Those are our Jersey boys that are competing right now to make the team.
What about Bruce? Is he coming? Bruce Springsteen? Can we get him on the horn?
Hope springs eternal.
Okay. All right, who are you rooting for?
The United States.
The United States. Final word.
Well, I just want to welcome everybody here to Jersey. It is going to be a fantastic event. The events leading up to it are going to be wonderful. And so I hope everybody can take part in our World Cup.
Go U.S. I mean, skills were pretty good. When we come